All right, a guy's got to know. So I know there was water everywhere else on this boat, in the foam, all up and down these stringers. We cut open over here, and I haven't looked in this foam yet. So a guy's got to know. Is there water in that foam, or did I take it apart for nothing? You know, there's some kind of decaying wood. that's the scratching noises from the staples that they put when they staple the floor to the stringers, right? So there's some rotten wood that was rotten on top of what we cut off. But that could just be from, you know, the staples. You know, it doesn't look terrible. You know, it's still dry, it's not rotten, but this is rotten here. So that could just be from the staples. I don't know. And there was wet foam here, but I don't know, because there's kind of like a bulkhead here. So I don't know if there's wet foam on this side. So maybe here, let's go this way, excuse me. And then let's take this off, watch. See, this is all dry still, all dry foam. So maybe I don't need to go this way, but I'm gonna be, we'll find out. We'll find out. Look at that wet. See the wet? Woo. That's a bulkhead there. That seems like a bulkhead. Or just wood, I don't know. There's nothing here. Maybe just an extra thick piece of wood went over across the top. And that's all rotten. You can see that. So the Soggy Bottom boat adventure continues. So it's all wet, but it looks like it really just got wet from the bottom. It's just wet here, because that's actually the hull right there. I don't know if you can see it. So let's go further and just see how much further it's wet. Alright, interesting. Oh, it's still wet. It's still wet. I guarantee it's wet all the way through and through. Let's knock this side out and see what happens. This is left-handed. I'm not a lefty. Yep. Just a thicker piece of wood right here. You can see the bigger I don't know, looks like a 1x2 they had going across. And this all is wet too. You know, of course it is. I didn't doubt it. So all this foam has to come out. Even all the way up front. Let's go this way. And there's a hole. Hey! First piece of dry foam that touches the bottom of the hull. So it's wet here, you can see. I don't know if you've seen the drip right there, but it's wet there. And it's dry here. So in any case, there's not enough foam left to consider leaving it. Who knows, maybe I leave, you know, like a little bit. That'll provide structural rigidity. And then here forward is all cleaned up and gone. And here forward is all cleaned up and gone. So just that little triangle right there. Who knows, maybe that's what I keep. And that's it, because I'm actually going to have a draining hull anyway. I'm putting rigid foam in here that can drain. Rigid sheet foam on end kind of thing that can drain. I'm not putting spray foam back in here. I'll make the hull rigid enough with epoxy of some sort. And we'll have a strong as heck hull anyway. And I'll put enough foam in there that maybe it'll even float. We'll see. Wish me luck. Till next time. Here, hold on, before I turn it off, I'll show you. Here it's wet. You can see, I don't know if you can see that, the bubbling. And then actually up here it's dry. Up here it's dry. And this is where it might have, you know, been able to drain away from if it did get wet. And it just sat in the soggy bottom over there. Here it's all wet on this side. And then I don't know, it was wet all the way up. It might be dry underneath there. But it doesn't matter. Like I said, the stringers will all have to be redone. And we'll put some sheet foam in here, cut it on edge, put something underneath it so that there's still, so that foam never sits in standing water. You know, I just put a little, you know, 1/4 inch piece of aluminum or something. And I actually got that aluminum that I'm going to test with. Here, I'm going to turn off the camera. I'm going to go get that aluminum that I'm thinking about using. So me and my father-in-law were installing essentially gutter guards. So it keeps the leaves off. I've got water oaks here, and we got leaves all year long. And they're just filling up my gutters. So we use these. This is eave trough material, but we used it in my gutters to keep the leaves out. I'll show you that maybe too. It's kind of a cool idea. But what I'm thinking about doing is, it's only like a 1/4 inch thick or so, maybe 1/2 inch max. I'm thinking about putting that in those troughs. Where the stringers go, you know, clean it all out obviously, and then put my solid foam cut strips of 4x8 sheets. That Owens Corning might be good because it's actually like moisture resistant, but I want to make it so that even if water gets in there, it can, you know, gravity takes it right to the bottom and it flows out. So I might be putting these on the bottom of the troughs so that there's a way that the foam never sits in water and it holds the foam up. So that might be cool. But of course, I'm going to reinforce the hull anyway because you don't have that foam in there to provide support. It's just going to be loose foam, essentially the 4x8 sheets that are cut down to fit in here sideways, you know, horizontally. I mean, vertically. The vertical sheets, you know, strips of it. Might even like put aluminum tape on top of it so that if the water does come on top of it, it'll just drip down the side of that foam board. Nice camera work there with my fingers, huh? You like that? So here, let me show you what I did on my gutters with this stuff. I think this is good. You know, maybe plastic stuff down there, but aluminum is going to be there for, you know, stay forever. It's never going to rot, and it'll keep the foam cut boards that I'm going to be using out of water, so it can never soak water again. And I'll have holes back here so the water can drain from both stringers to where it goes out. And it won't be, water won't leak into there through the micro cracks into these foam pits that never release it again. That problem will be solved. Here, let me show you the gutters. So here at the back of the house, I got this kind of metal roofing. And the previous gutters, well, it's actually still here, but this part went all the way up to like here, and there was no way to put a gutter guard on there because it would be up like this. So what I did is I cut this gutter down and I used that material like a gutter guard to capture the